here in the third. He's hit his last 4 shots to bring the Magic back into this game.
Well, McGrady 5 for 12 at the half, 13 points. Starts it off with a righty layup, then hits the jumper, then comes right back and finishes with his left hand. So this thus far in this quarter, 4 for 5 from the floor, 8 points for McGrady.
And Minnesota shooting has been off only 6 of 19 in this third quarter. Gary Trent, Mark Jackson check back in. Here's Serbiak for 3. And he's been the only TWolf to find the range. He is 4 for 7 from the field in the third. The rest of Minnesota just 3 of 13.
And that's a great example of why coaches take timeouts. People that may say, oh, how come the guy took a timeout just then? It's to stop the run by the other team to get some organization. As McGrady hits the jump shot, get some organization and hope that you come out of it and get your team to score so you stop the momentum of the other team.
And this small lineup that Doc Rivers put on the floor with McGrady at the 4 has really up-tempoed the game as Serbiak knocks another one down and made it more difficult for Minnesota to defend Orlando.
McGrady has hit his last 5 shots. He missed his first attempt here in the third, and then 5 straight. Orlando down by 5. Serbiak defending on McGrady, who fires for 3 and comes up with air.
For your Magic, number 55, Andrew.
Now Andrew the clerk will come on for Sean Kemp.
Number 5, Shiro.
Kemp a major factor in this run by the Magic. Armstrong putting pressure on Hudson. Coming up on a minute remaining in the third. Nice pass. Serbiak for Garnett. Kevin seems to enjoy that.
Well, that's got to make what's on the show pretty good. That 2 guys, as you mentioned, Jeff, who a year ago had some problems, have worked things out, and they look for each other and share the basketball extremely well now.
Here's Vaughn. Beautiful move. Yes. And it counts.
I give Jacques Vaughn a lot of credit in this quarter. He is pushing the ball hard, driving it at the basket. Here off the corner, pick and roll. Garnett doesn't want to help off McGrady. He gets all the way to the rim. No one on the weak side. Yeah, he's only had 4 points and 2 rebounds here. He got one on a dunk against the zone. He'll come back stronger in the fourth.
I didn't realize Garnett was still playing this half. Anyhow, McGrady, 10 big ones here. 10-4 in this half so far. McGrady over Garnett. Closing the gap, cutting it down to a 6-point game right now.
I didn't realize that it was an intramural competition that was going on here.
Marv, you would have even been more appalled today at shoot-around how the Czar was sucking up to Kevin Garnett to try to get back in his good graces. It was absolutely appalling.
I heard about it. Most of the players discussing it during the warm-ups. Here's Jackson. And the clerk on the rebound. 8:20 to go in the fourth. Orlando with the ball down by 6. Check is back. Now McGrady played by Gill. Armstrong. Yes. It's a 4-point game. Minnesota with the lead. The Timberwolves trying to make it 4 straight wins on the road. Oh, Trent lost the dribble, then recovered. Here's Jackson. The clerk with another rebound. Armstrong pushing. Leads McGrady. Hunter. Yes! Stephen Hunter. That's his first field goal. And Minnesota takes a timeout. 7-0 run by the Magic. 2 games behind the 5th place New Orleans Hornets.
And Mark, who was the last NBA player to play when he was 41 before Stockton?
Give me a moment.
Czar, you can chime in anytime.
Kareem.
Herb Williams, yes, assistant coach of the New York Knicks. Right now,
why don't you guys just keep going, because you've had this since the beginning of the game, all your material workout, your old memories, your fond memories with each other.
Art McGrady was blocked. Here comes Gill. Kendall Gill is able to finish, and the Timberwolves now lead 94-90. Hunter A bad decision. That's an offensive foul.
And $200 to Joe Smith, again, giving up his body for the good of the team. Now think about it. He's put his body on the line 3 times already tonight to take the hard charging foul. There's the block by Gill, the outlet to Gill, and the finish on the layup. There's my man.
Oh, he's your new man now, excuse me.
Nice pass, Peeler from Hudson. So the Timberwolves extend to a 6-point lead as we come up on 6.5 remaining in the fourth. Armstrong using the screen. Juracek, hard driving move by Gordon Juracek, and he is fouled.
Foul is on number 44, Anthony Peeler.
Foul on Peeler, that is his first.
I kind of like the way you pronounce his name, Gordon Juracek. You give him a little royalty when you say it. Gordon Juracek.
In fact, I asked Doc Rivers, who was calling him Gordy, whether he ever refers to him as Gordon. He said, I don't want to think about that.
Well, it's hard in practice to like, Gordon, run over here. Gordon, get a stop. It's easy. Gordy, get a stop. Come on.
Gordon out of Croatia. Played overseas in the Croatian Basketball League for 5 years. Spent a year in Russia. That was last season. And he has played better than the Magic anticipated.
He's given them the same number of points, in essence, just slightly over 16 points that Mike Miller was scoring for him. He gives him a guy who can dribble, penetrate, and find other teammates. And defensively, they like what he's done so far.
Here's Garnett with the shot clock running down.
And DeClerc defended that as well as you could defend it. He bodied and pushed him off the clock, contested his shot, but Clark Garnett is 6'13", as he likes to say, a 7-footer with a very high release, just shot it up and over.
McGrady twisting his way and called for the offensive foul.
Cha-ching, I understand. In the bank.
Foul is on number 1.
I love Joe Smith.
Offensive foul.
This is great basketball.
Well, you have got to know in your scouting report that if you drive to the basket, Joe Smith is going to step up and take a charge. So when you get to that point, you've got to look for Joe Smith's man to dish that thing off to.
That's 3 on McGrady. Hudson puts the speed on. Beautiful finger roll by Troy Hudson. Garrity put a good move on Gill. He's able to shake Kendall Gill. And the Timberwolves now lead 102-95. 18 points for Garrity.
One of the things that the Magic have been able to do is just hang around close enough all season to steal some games. They've been involved in 25 games, Garnett with the miss. 25 games, Mark, decided by 5 points or less.
And they came from way back last night from a 20-point deficit. McGrady somehow was able to weave his way through, and a foul is called, and you can hear the sardonic response as Garnett picks up his second.
His second personal 13 foul.
McGrady did a great job making that adjustment, though. Instead of going off 1 foot to the rim, he jump shot, slid to the side, and got the foul call, and McGrady took a beating on his right thumb right there to avoid the charge.
Tracy, an 80% free throw shooter. On his way to becoming the youngest player to average 30 points a game since the 1976-77 merger with the ABA. We asked Tracy McGrady about who should be the MVP. He says Kevin Garnett. We asked Kevin Garnett. He says Kobe Bryant. Going to be a split vote. Now Garnett played by Garrity. Nice ball movement. Serbiak, yes. He loves that left-hand corner.
Throw 3 or 4 passes, get a guy who makes shots like Serbiak, and that's why you have a team that shoots a very high field goal percentage and also right at the top of the league in assists.
He also has his foot on the line in that corner jump shot too many times. He should be behind that line and make it really count.
Here's Armstrong for 3. Kemp with the rebound. Juracek. Rather than go up in a crowd, Kemp was able to find the open man.
Well, Kemp doesn't have the lift that he used to have. He had two bodies on top of him, so he made the pass off the gear check.
And that was last touched by Garrity. Timeout is called. 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Remain to that Minnesota lead. TWolves has led by as many as 11. They've got it down to 2 twice. The last time Garnett was reinserted into the game. We're down to 2:49 remaining in the fourth. And what has been a good one here in Orlando. Minnesota with 10 on the shot clock. Hudson lost it, able to recover. Hudson rebounded by Giricek. And Armstrong handled. Garrity played by Serbiak. Kemp, yes. Sean Kemp with 8 points. Orlando down by 3.
Sean Kemp can make that 18-foot jump shot. You get him at the corner of the foul line there with the elbow on the baseline. He's very good in those spots.
Hudson's flying all over the court, but able to maintain possession as we approach 2 minutes to go on the fourth. Now Garnett facing the double. Shot clock to 3. Down to 2. Serbiak. Orlando with the ball. Trailing by 3. Spread it out. Once again, the double team of McGrady. He finds Garrity for 3. Kemp with the rebound. Here's McGrady to tie. Yes! The Magic and the Timberwolves at 104 apiece. Down to 1:20 left in the fourth. And they're on their feet for Orlando. That's an offensive foul. Kevin Garnett called for his third personal.
We talked about Armstrong being the energy behind this team. Garnett knows he can go past Kemp, but there's Armstrong waiting for him, who picks up the offensive foul. And Sean Kemp, a huge offensive rebound, which leads to the three-pointer by McGrady, which ties the score at 104 apiece.
Center during the timeout. Here's the chance. And that is directed to Tracy McGrady, who a moment ago hit the 3 to tie the game. McGrady, prior to that 3-point attempt, had only 1 shot taken here in the fourth quarter. 7-0 run for the Magic the last 2 minutes. Here's Garrity for 3. Rebounded by Garnett. We're down to 1 minute remaining in the fourth.
Doc Rivers knew that they would switch that pick and roll, so when Serbiak jumped out, they stepped Garrity back immediately for the quick jump shot. That was exactly what they tried to get out of that play.
Shot clock to 6. Garnett played by Kemp. Here's Garnett. And Armstrong able to run it down. Minnesota does have a foul to give. Half minute remaining in regulation. McGrady putting the move on Garnett. McGrady trying to stuff it. And a foul. There's a late whistle on the outside official, Derek Stafford. And a foul against the Timberwolves. It's on Serbiak.
Here comes the decision now. McGrady crosses over. Does Serbiak get over there in time and not move underneath him? From that angle, it's tough to tell. McGrady unhappy with the fact that he didn't finish it off, but was Serbiak sliding to his left?
He was certainly out of the restricted zone, but I'm not sure he didn't move under him. But again, McGrady made a great move because they had been trapping him coming off the pick and roll. He faked using the pick, crossed it over, and drove it away from the helper and Joe Smith, and earned his way to the free throw line.
Orlando last led in the early moments. They're up 7-6. They now lead by 2. A timeout called, 24. It has been another comeback scenario for the Orlando Magic. Last night they came back from 20 points. Tonight down by 11, trailing most of the way. They've done it with a 9-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 6 seconds.
And a huge pull that time by the officials as the drive is taking place, going to the basket. You'll notice the defensive player, Wally Serbiak, coming over, stepping in front. His feet are down, but as he's sliding left underneath the offensive players, he's still moving there. That's what the official called.
I think the officials got that one right. I think he was sliding. I think it was a good call. And I think it was a heck of a move by Tracy McGrady to break off the pick and roll.
All right, the Magic with a foul to give. Each team has 1 full timeout and a 20. Garnett played by Kemp. Here's Garnett. And he'll go to the line. So Garnett was fouled. It's an early shot opportunity.
Well, they're down 2, so they're going for the timeout. What I think Kemp made his mistake was he didn't use his foul to give on the catch. He fouled as Garnett was going in the act of shooting, and they're very fortunate that it wasn't a 3-point opportunity.
You're exactly right. The biggest thing that Doc Rivers should be sighing a little relief from is the fact the ball did not go in.
Garnett is 5 for 5 at the line. 75% on the season, and way off on the first. The Magic with a 2-point lead. 17.2 to go in the 4th quarter. Now a timeout called for the Timberwolves. Hudson launching for 3. Hudson. That's a 2-pointer. 1 second remaining. McGrady puts it in play, and that will wrap it. The Orlando Magic with another dramatic come-from-behind victory. They follow up the comeback last night in New Orleans. And tonight come from 11 down. And you hear the chant for Tracy McGrady, the chant of MVP from this crowd here in Orlando. The Magic 110 and the TWolves 107. As the Minnesota Timberwolves led for only 56 seconds in this entire game and come away with the victory. Tracy McGrady turning it on down the stretch, finished with 30 points, 10 assists, 3 block shots. Let's go to Craig with Tracy.
Well, who's the MVP now? Well, tonight, no doubt about it, Tracy McGrady. Nothing routine about 30 points, although you do it consistently. We'll talk about the big 3 that sparked that comeback.
Well, been struggling all along with my jumper. Legs was kind of tired from last night. And what a moment to knock down a big shot for us. You know, that tied the game for us. And then, you know, we just buckled down on defense and took over from there.